All right, we're gonna start in three, two. Wait, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so three, two, one. We're starting. Okay.
Hi.
Hello. All right. Um. Hello, everybody. This is the most important podcast of the day. I'm not even gonna try to say that abbreviated. That's just a mess. Um. I'm your host, Ernest, and this is my co-host Andrew. Say hello, Andrew.
I'm eating chili.
That's not the point, really. So, what? Um, this has been in the making for just the better portion of about a year. A year, right?
It's kind of disgusting. We really should have done this a
Like
year ago.
way sooner. This has been so overdue, and I even embarrassed myself on social media teasing it to be released.
It
Yeah, let's talk about that actually for the first thing.
was really sad.
It was super sad. Andrew got to see the whole thing too. Like last,
Dude, you were hedging bets like you were a stock investor, dude.
it
You were
was
just like,
so
oh,
bad.
dude, I'm going all in. I'm going all in, okay? And you lost.
I
You lost
literally
it all.
I literally even gave a date, and then when the date came, everybody I fucking knew was like, "Yo, where what
Where
the
is
fuck is
it?
where is it? What they didn't even know what the fuck I was doing." The thing is that only I think 5 people knew what we were doing, and those other 5 people were the people who were originally supposed to be in the podcast with us.
Yo, mad respect for the five that actually cared about it for about one
Honestly,
minute.
I mean, the 5 who cared about it were the people who were a part of it. Of course, they're gonna care about it. I mean, that's kind of cheating, but that's not the
They were
point.
there when no one else was.
So like let's get into why it was delayed because I feel like people listening should know why it got delayed. Like so the original idea for the podcast was for there to be not two of us, but I think close to 8 people in
Yeah.
one thing, and we actually recorded it. You'll never hear that though because it was so abysmal. It was so disorganized, and I think there was a total of like 5 minutes of just awkward silence because nobody knew what the fuck to say. So
Yeah.
hopefully we
That
don't do that.
that bitch is in the ether, dog. That's never coming out.
That's
That's
never
like
coming out.
some yeah, no. I don't even want to talk about it.
Like we were
But
not prepared.
at all. I mean, we're still not prepared, but we're executing, and
I'm
that's what matters.
I'm prepared actually. I have notes. You do not. Dude, I even
Dude, I
have.
got the mental cliff notes,
That's
okay? Get
okay.
out of
You're
here.
not Jay Z. You're not gonna remember your lyrics like that. Stop. Okay. I came so prepared that I even have a list of controversial topics to bring up in case we run
I
dry.
saw that. I
Yeah,
saw that.
there's Jeffrey Epstein on this list. It's a list of 4 things just
Pronounced
in case.
Epstein.
I do not care. He's dead anyway. Uh,
Oh, fair.
I'm probably on the list now, but that's not the point. So, um, we have
Let's talk about
Jeffrey.
who are you? Who are you? I don't know you.
All right, so introduction time. All right, let's do this. Welcome to my YouTube channel. No, so I'm Ernest. I am 19 years old, and the an aspiring astrophysicist. I'm currently going to Pierce College to get my AA and then transfer to a university that'll support me for astrophysics. I make music on the side, this podcast on the side, and I play video games a lot. And I plan on going competitive with Smash Brothers in the near future. And that's pretty much all about me. I work in retail. I'm just your average guy, really. That's
I work
really
in retail.
that's pretty much it, dude. I suffer in a place where they play nothing but Ed Sheeran and Ariana Grande, and that's really my life, and it's not exciting at all.
Real talk, dog. Respect.
Real
I
talk.
could I could I couldn't listen to that. Uh, I'm Andrew. And by the way, I'm not gonna dox myself like you did, Ernest. Good lord,
I did
they're
not
gonna
dox
find you.
myself.
Oh, I didn't give my age, my name, what where
What are they
I'm
gonna
going to
do with my
college.
age? What are they gonna do with my? Oh, he's 19. That means he's legal. Like what? That
I don't think you understand the process of doxing, but that's fine. I'm just gonna move past that. I'm Andrew. Um, I like to make money, and that's really all I do. I go to school, and I'm getting my AA also. I'm in high school, so getting them dual credits because I'm that big smart. And on the side, I just I flip I flip products on the internet because I'm badass like that. Right now, oh man, Ernest, I got the nastiest flip.
oh yeah.
It was like 2 days ago. I bought these basketball cards, right?
Oh my god.
It's Panini Contenders 2019 draft picks. You can get the Zion rookie card, right? And my ass was like, it functions the same way as like Supreme drops, right? So it's like you go in there with your bots and you say, buy this shit for me, right?
Okay.
And I sat there at 6 in the morning and I got 2 boxes, and right now they're selling for 450, and I bought them for 130. Like, you don't understand how wet I was when I got those boxes.
I like your
Like,
description. You were wet about it. This shit
dude, I was
this shit made you squirt.
moist. Dude, straight up. Like, I'm not even ashamed to say it. That is straight facts, dude. That was like, and I caught it like the night before, and I had no clue this was the thing, right? Like, I like sports cards, right? I flip a lot of sports cards,
Mhm.
but I just do not pay attention to like card drops or anything. I just pack them and then I invest in players and I sell them, right?
Yeah.
And oh, it was so lucky, dude. So many people didn't get any boxes, and I would just flex on all the like Instagram pages, being like, "Oh, did you guys get any boxes?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got 2." And then the next like 50 people are like, "Yeah, I didn't get any." And then I get DMs. They're like, "Fuck you, dude." And I'm just like, you know what? I feel the same way.
I could tell you the exact same thing. Hop off my cock.
No,
Like,
that's gay.
you want to talk?
There's nothing wrong about that.
So if we want to talk about how smart you are, you want to talk about how you lost your investment in Nvidia? I bet you don't want to. I bet you don't want to bring that
I
up.
don't want. I don't
I
want to
bet
talk
you don't want
about
to bring
that.
that up. I bet you don't want to bring that one up.
I am the ultimate stocks boy. And
Yeah, yeah.
back in I think it was spring, so it was probably actually no, it was like September. I think it was great one. Yeah, it was September. Nvidia earnings. I was like, hey, you know what? Nvidia is a pretty good company, and they're not. I hate Nvidia now.
The bears are swarming. The bears are swarming.
you know, like we had a real like Nvidia had a really good earnings the past like 6 years in a row, right? Pretty nuts though. And then our market, U.S. stock exchange was just like popping off. So I was just like, wow, what a time to invest, right? What a time to be alive. So my smart ass is like, oh yeah, let's go buy like $1,500 of Nvidia, thinking, yeah, that's a good idea, right?
XD,
They have
XD.
they haven't missed any earnings in the past bajillion years. Markets popping off. I felt good with the predictions and everything. I was checking like their past earnings. I was checking their current like trends. And oh man, they tanked so hard. Dude, like straight up, I'm talking like Germany blitzkrieging the Maginot Line. Like it was
Oh my
bad, dude.
god.
It
Oh
was
my
bad.
god.
Dude, I have no context if like something actually happened between those two people, right? All I know is Germany destroyed. Germany being Mr. Stonks.
You just got
And
caught in the crossfire with that one, honestly, dude.
I think you should take the L there, buddy.
You actually just couldn't do anything about that, and I think that's the funniest thing about it.
It's
Like,
okay.
you had to just sit there and take it.
You know what? If you didn't bring it up, I probably would have kept talking like nothing happened, right? And that's what I intended to do. But then you do this. Then you just ruin the flow.
Because you gassed yourself up, and I just had to bring you down a little bit, you know?
I have an issue. Maybe that's why I don't record with you. You ever think about that?
Well, guess what? You're here now, so that's obviously not the point. So don't even bring that up. Do not. Are you trying to test me?
A little bit. Anyway, yeah, my ass got destroyed, and I lost like I don't know, like $300. I mean, that's not like a crazy amount, right? But like
Still don't want to
a
lose
year,
300.
like 16-year-old me was just demolished internally. Like I was really out here. I'm just like, look at me, gambling my money, like smart people gambling. That's what I call like playing the stock exchange.
Smart
Because
people
no one,
gambling.
Yeah, because no one, if you gamble all your money away playing slots or poker, everyone's just like, that's so irresponsible. You got to know when to stop. And then if you invest all your money away, hey, at least it was an investment, right? You just got unlucky.
When you Zach Galifianakis your fucking way through the stonks, like, you remember that one scene in the? Did you see The Hangover?
Yes.
You know that part where they're like gambling and he's like doing all the math and shit. I can
Yes.
imagine you're not even doing the math on an actual calculator or like your actual like fucking computer. You're basically that one guy from A Beautiful
Graph
Mind.
go up.
The graph go up. That mean money good. Like whatever the fuck you think that means, dude. But fuck. Well, the whole point of this story, right, is Nvidia really was like they croak. What the fuck what's that one word? They basically like
They
they
pissed on my face, dude.
they peed on they R. Kelly'd you. In all honesty,
Oh,
they
no.
really did you dirty, dude. Because you went in with such good faith, like you had not done any wrong in your stonks career up until that point. And then Nvidia was just like, hey, yo, this one dude, like this youngin over here, dude, he's doing kind of good with his numbers. And then you're just like, hey, what's up, guys? And then they're just like, I don't like him. Let's fucking just nosedive into obscurity. Let's nosedive a year before we come out with the new RTX. Let's do that because that makes sense apparently. But the
He
moral
really
of,
just lit himself on fire like that.
moral of the story is AMD is better. So let's just get that out the way. Uh,
I ain't gonna say anything about that, okay? Because I evidently don't have the audacity to speak outside of my realm of knowledge, which currently is just sports cards and very little stonks.
AMD is basically Nvidia if they were nicer and open sourced. Like basically AMD is Nvidia, but they're not dicks. Like that's the gist of it.
You're gonna make some people mad.
I'm gonna make
'Cause
a lot
I
of
don't.
people mad. I'm gonna make Damien mad. Actually, no, Damien will be glad about what the fuck I just said right now because he's an AMD he's an AMD fanboy. I'm more of an Nvidia fanboy, and I'm talking a lot of poop about Nvidia. And yes, I said poop. I did say poop. I need to watch my language, you know.
All right.
Oh, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
The ghost has been acting up a lot at my Target lately. I just said Target.
Okay.
I need to bleep that out post. I need to bleep that out in post because that's like actually something I can't say. I
Bleep
don't
out
think.
what word? Target?
Okay, thank
Don't
you.
bleep out the
You
word target.
you just made my life 10 times harder because
Target?
now
Yeah, I know.
I have to come back to this point in time in the podcast and I have to
I'm gonna say
bleep
it
that out.
randomly.
Just
I'm
please
gonna say it
stop.
randomly.
Stop. No,
During
you
this
can't do
podcast,
that.
I'm gonna say
I
it again,
already
like, 3
doxed
times.
myself. I already did it. I've already revealed my social security number and my PO box. I've already done all that, and you're just gonna
I
like,
pulled the trigger.
okay,
It's
thank you.
over.
Thank you. I have to come back to like 12 minutes to see where I made a mistake. But that's not the point. Okay, so at the store I work at, correct?
Yeah.
You already know it's haunted, right? So to anybody listening who doesn't know this, the store that I currently work at is haunted. Like I've never really had that many ghost encounters in my life, but wow, that changed a lot when I started working here because there's a ghost in the back room. And I mean like the whole entire back room. There's a ghost in the women's restroom. One I have not encountered because I don't know, man. I haven't needed to go to the women's restroom in a long time. And in the changing room as well. So these are just places where ghosts should not really be, but they're there regardless. And so I was in the toy section, correct? And I was talking to my buddy over there, my coworker,
Sure.
and he was fixing like I think it was like a stack of like Monopoly board games or something like that. And the way they're set up, if you've ever seen
Fortnite
the
Monopoly? Huh?
Fortnite Monopoly, I think it actually was Fortnite Monopoly, if I'm not
It
wrong.
is. It is.
I feel like it was, but
It's
that's
a
not.
banger of a game, dude.
you know, I want that Skull Trooper. That's really what I want in the end. But
Dude,
that's
I almost bought Fortnite branded like cards
you're
just
trash.
to give out.
You're
No,
trash.
just to give out to kids.
You're garbage.
Like I would be the coolest. Like I'm already like all the kids love me on my street, right?
Uh huh.
Just because like
You're the cool kid.
I give them like candy and stuff. Because at my other job, I could take home a bunch of candy and I would just give it out to the kids in my street because, I don't need to be consuming like 300 grams of sugar.
That's
and
fair.
also like I like these kids because I grew up with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But man, I totally what was I talking about?
I have no idea, but let's get back to the ghost. So this dude's fixing up the board games, right? And then he drops one of them on the floor because you fumble here and there. We're not perfect, so he drops one of them, but three other board games right behind him. I wish I was playing, but they just jet out of the shelf. They just jet out of the shelf, and I was like, at first I was like, okay, maybe they slid off each other at like a high velocity. Not that that makes too much sense either, because this dude was like, he was half asleep doing this, so there's no way he was exerting that much force. Secondly, the boxes behind the three that just actually jetted out, like projectiled out, were perfectly fine. Like they were just standing there tall. Like they were just like, what happened? And like I got scared, dude, because I was like, yo, that actually shouldn't have happened. And then 2 days before that, you know those stupid like animatronic like toys that like if you walk by them, they make like a bunch of sounds or just like they just say some random shit like ah ha ha ha, you smell like poopy haha, like those dumbass toys that you never want to give your kids. So
Fear.
every time I walk by it, I kick it. I probably shouldn't say that, but I kick it because it's so annoying having to walk by the same aisle and hear the same thing just because you moved. It's not funny. It's not cute. Whoever
It's
made
motion
that,
sensor.
bro, whoever came up with the idea for this toy, I hope you get tuberculosis or something like that. That is so annoying. You really do not like people. But that's not the point. So, we were in the toy section again, right? And I don't know if there's like a science behind this or if there's an explanation, but it was about closing time, right? And then we were like in the aisle next to it. So no one was in the aisle where the toy is and no one was there to walk by it and everybody had cleared out the store. So we're chilling talking and then the lights go off cuz it's closing time. And then 2 seconds after the lights go off, the thing just goes off. And it starts saying its dumbass little phrases like ha 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 ha, look my penis hurt, like shit like that. And dude, I just looked at my coworker. I'm like, is anybody there? And he's just like, there shouldn't be. So we go look.
Nah.
No one was there. And we're just like, dude, can like light set that off or
It's a
no?
ghost.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like it was a ghost. Cause dude, I've had. Oh, yo, did I tell you about that experience? Like that I heard footsteps in the freezer in the back room. I don't.
Y'all got a freezer?
Yeah. Okay. So so we have a fridge in the back room and then we have a freezer. So the fridge is obviously the fridge. It's not as cold as the freezer because the
Wait,
freezer is
wait,
meant
wait.
to freeze. Okay,
I
what?
need context. Are we talking like a traditional household freezer, or are we talking like a Costco looking like
Oh no,
commercial?
we're talking commercial freezer. Yeah, commercial
Oh, I'm
freezer in
like,
the back
dude,
room. Yeah,
people be walking in your freezer. What's going on,
dude.
dude?
Okay, no, I think that no, that'd be freakier than the ghost if people just took a step inside
Robot
of like
midgets.
if people just took a step inside of the little fucking LG freezer or something like that. Like I have no idea, but we have a big commercial freezer in the back room, and I was backstocking right next to the freezer, and you can always hear people walking inside of it. Like it's not that soundproof. It's the fucking
Echoey.
freezer. Yeah, it's echoey, so you could definitely hear it from the outside, and it was like 8 p.m. and at this hour there's only one person that works in the grocery section. So I'm in the back room by myself, at least to my knowledge, that I'm just backstocking and doing my own thing. And then as I'm finishing up, I hear footsteps in the freezer. And I'm like, I mean, someone must have gone in there to like do their own thing as well before I walked in because I hadn't been there for too long. I just needed to put away a few things. And as I'm walking out, I'm like hearing the footsteps still. I'm just like, okay, it must be the one guy in the grocery section because I hadn't seen him out on the floor. And as I walk out from the double doors, I on across the entire back room because you can see across the entire back room from one end to the other. I look to the other double doors, and I see the guy who was working in the grocery section walk in. And there's no other possible person who could get in there because no one else is supposed to go in there, so no one's gonna go in there. So I'm just like, either somebody's in there doing something they shouldn't do, which is I think is a little bit scarier than it being a ghost because who knows what you're doing in a freezer that could literally kill you.
Dude, they creep in. They creep in.
I don't know, bro, but I heard footsteps, so I was just like, oh, look, it was a ghost, and
Wacky.
they were just pit patting away with their feet, and then I immediately ran because I was scared. I don't like ghosts, dude. Like that's not me. So I just ran, and then I go to tell my coworker. I'm just like, yo yo yo. I heard footsteps, and then so and so just walked in through the back room, so it couldn't have possibly been him. And he's just like, oh, you finally had your first experience. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, this is not my first experience. Stop insulting me. Secondly, you don't gotta be a dick about it. And that's how haunted my back room is.
Doesn't sound that haunted. I feel like it really takes an in-person experience
Well,
to really mess you up.
well, think about it like this, right? There's an actual video, I think, somewhere on the internet. And if not the internet, there's actual video proof. I haven't seen it, but
Urban Legend Hour.
it's not urban legend hour. But there's an actual video that circulated my store, and I think three of the people I actually talked to in that store have seen it. Where I believe at like 12 a.m. midnight, one of the glass cases where they keep like iPhones and all
Mm.
that stuff, right? In the middle of the night when nobody's in there and they've
Explodes, dude.
yeah,
That's
explodes inwards outwards, and from the inside out it just blew up. Now all the phones get put in a special place after hours. They're not going to be kept on the floor because if someone stayed in, that'd just be dumb as hell to just leave them like that. So all the phones have been taken out, all the technology has been taken out from this case, and then it just blows up from the inside outwards, and the glass just juts out onto the floor, and no one can explain it. There's, I don't know. I personally believe it because if like more than three people are telling me the exact same thing about a video that supposedly actually exists, right? Then why would I think that that's a farce? I don't know why I would think that.
yo, you guys got domestic terrorists in your target. I mean, yeah, no, I said it. Bleep it, huh? Huh? What are you gonna do about it? Leave it in?
No, I'm gonna bleep it. I have to come back to 22 minutes now. Thank you. I have to remember all these figures because you want to talk that mess. Okay. Well, that's not the point. I think the point we're trying to get at is why don't we talk about how you and me met? Let's
Oh, that's a weird
That's
one.
a really weird
Oh man.
story. This is not your typical romance story where just like we locked eyes. Like no, this is a very curious
Wait. Okay. How
story.
about this context? We've never met each other like in real
Oh
life,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, I think that's
I
actually important. Yeah.
I know exactly what he looks like. I know where he goes to school. I know an absurd amount, right,
and
about Mr. Ernest
and vice
because we're
versa.
friends, right? And
Yeah.
he same knows a lot about me because we're friends, right? But we had never had the opportunity to meet because we are a $300 plane ride away, and we are
Basically.
not willing. Not we don't have the time, or I guess not the lack of money. Just we don't want to spend the money on
Yeah,
that.
we it's not the lack of funds, it's the lack of will to spend our funds. so Andrew lives in the great state of Washington and I live in the not so great state of California, right? So there's an obvious discrepancy in location there, if that's not obvious enough. And we've known each other for how long now? We're coming up on 2 years, I believe. We're coming up
Yeah,
on 2 years, dude. It's been a
it's
minute.
kind of wacky.
It's
Actually,
been a
actually,
minute.
I think it's earlier because I met you during school. I know that for a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah. We met each other during school. But
Like
the
two and a half, then two and a
yeah,
half years, which
but
is kind of nuts.
I feel like it's close to 2 years because I didn't meet you that far after I met Connor, and it's been close to 2 years with
Oh
Connor.
yeah,
So yeah,
shoot.
so we met like really close in that time frame. So, um, a little bit more context into before we get into how we met. So I personally had not known Andrew here for as long as our other acquaintances had known. So we have a friend named Jared and Damien, and they're pretty important to the story because they had known Andrew, who used to go by the name of Squanchy. He used to
That
be
was my gamer tag, dude. That was good stuff.
so Andrew used to be known as Squanchy in our local group here, and I wasn't fully acquainted with him. I remember one time I played a game with him on Counter Strike, and
Oh,
and
the good old
I
days.
remember you left because I didn't buy armor. Like I remember that so vividly that we were playing on Dust 2.
This is unacceptable. I am
like,
gone.
like literally we were playing on Dust 2 and I think it was the third round, right? And Damien and Jared really drove in the point that I'm brand spanking new to this game. I don't know anything. I didn't even know how to buy. I didn't even know
We're
how to
like, buy
buy.
armor, buy
Yeah,
armor,
and
buy
then like,
armor,
and I
like buy
didn't buy
armor.
armor. I passed up the time to buy armor, and then I wasn't in the call with these dudes because I didn't have a microphone or headset at the time, so I didn't know what was happening. I just had to hear what was happening through Jared on a phone call, and then he said, "Yo, Squanchy's leaving, dude. You didn't buy armor," and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then I see him leave, and we're at a 4 stack now, out of a 5 stack, and I'm like, "Really? I didn't buy armor, and you go." So our first meeting was not even personal. Like I didn't even know what this dude sounded like. But
By the
that.
way, I never played with you. I didn't play with you for a long time
Oh
after
yeah,
that.
yeah. No.
That was the funnier part. I met you, and then I play 3 rounds, and then I'm
Instantly
like,
leave.
buy armor, buy armor. Doesn't buy armor. I leave, and then I'm just fed up. I think I actually had to go eat dinner. I don't know why I would leave. I'm not that petty, but I could definitely see it happening. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
no.
deny
I
that.
wouldn't put it past you. I really would not put that past you.
Exactly, exactly.
But
So you're you I end up leaving, right? We don't play for probably 2 months. And by the way, in our group, I was first friends with this guy named Braden. That's his real name, right? We'll just call him Braden because I completely forgot what we called him in. Oh,
Murdoch. Yeah, I don't
Murdochs.
want to call him
Murdochs.
Murdochs though because people might get confused with the Murdochs from fucking Gorillas.
No, he's not that cool. Don't worry.
He's not that cool at
Um,
all.
anyway, Braden. I knew Braden from CS because we used to play comp together, right? When I wasn't like awful at the game, and I was probably like, I don't know, gold. What is the double AK? I don't know what that
I think that's
symbol
like
is.
Gold Nova or something like that.
Nah, that's like the stars, the gold stars.
What? Then
Yeah,
I don't. Oh then Master MG or something like that.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
double AK, and I wasn't like great at the game, but I definitely wasn't garbage, and that's very, very, objective, right? Because I'm not a bad player.
Not at least
Um,
you weren't.
for a period of time. Uh, so I knew him, and we would play a lot together. And then I met up with Jared and I think it was Jared and Damien. I used to play a lot with them, and then all of a sudden they introduced me to um, Mr. Ernest here, and it was really weird because I played with Braden, and then I found Jared and Damien, and then Jared and Damien introduced me to Braden.
And
That
then
was
just
a
like, wait, I
really
already
weird
know this
part.
guy.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, we've played a lot already, and it was the weirdest thing ever. It was just such an odd coincidence, right? So this is like 2 years ago, and I had like zero responsibilities, right? I played a lot in ninth grade because it was like super chill, and then 10th grade I kind of stopped playing because I didn't have any time. But man, when I played in like eighth and ninth grade, I sunk so much time into CS. It was so disgusting. I don't regret 1 second of it
You
because I
really don't
love
regret a second of your 3,000 hours into CS:GO.
no, 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 no. You're slandering my name, sir.
Bro, I
You're
could look it up right now.
slandering.
You have like 3,000 plus
Bet,
hours in CS.
bet. It is 2,000 and like 300.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm gonna go
don't
on
get
your
me
Steam
wrong.
profile right now. Continue the story. I'm gonna go to your Steam profile right now and expose you.
Bet,
Bet,
bet.
bet. All right,
So,
continue the story while I look for this.
whoa, your mic just shat, dude. Good lord.
Oh no,
Anyway,
that's not good.
anyway. So me and Ernest just kind of right off the bat just start playing again, right? Because it's like, let's say it in order. I meet Braden. I somehow randomly Jared and Damien. Jared and Damien introduced me to Braden. Now we're a group, right? And then I'm introduced to you, right? For that 3 rounds of CS, right?
Hmm.
Then I never see you again for like the next month or two.
Yeah.
Then they introduced me to Raisin Brand, aka Connor, right? and Connor's one of the homies, and he should be here, but he's not, and that's okay. Um, so I meet them, and then I meet Ernest again because I was just playing so much CS. It was just serendipitously bound to happen. So then we popped off after playing like a trillion bajillion games, and that was super fun. That was like, I feel like that's 2 years ago, but I guess I'm completely incorrect. Um, so we play that. We're really good friends, and then I pop off with Raisin Bran, and we're really good friends. And he lives right near me, so it's like relatively convenient. As in, he lives like an hour away. So that gave us some ground to, I guess, connect. Did you find? Was I
Oh,
right?
okay. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna look stupid for a second, right? But I found some other dirt on you, so I can compensate for my incorrectness. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay, hold on. I want to guess the dirt first. I want to guess the dirt
all right,
first.
guess what the dirt
And
is?
I played Hero Clicker for too many
Okay,
hours.
that's okay.
Then.
That's dirty as fuck. Actually, I didn't look for that. So you just exposed.
Oh, no.
You did yourself even double dirty. Actually, you just really hurt yourself. No, here's the so first let's get the facts out the way. Let's make me look stupid and incompetent for a second. He does not have 3,000 plus hours. You in
Oh,
fact have.
oh,
Shut up.
17.
You have, yeah,
17.
you have 1,726 hours on record, which still I don't think you still feel proud of that, but I mean it's
I
less.
still feel
At least you're
proud.
not. At least you're not Braden. He actually has like 5,000 plus, so that's not the
Yeah,
point. Um, here's the
he's
dirt I
good
found.
though.
Here's the dirt I found on you. I took a look at your past gamer tags.
Oh, 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 oh. I want to see this. Past
So the latest
Yo
one,
exposed.
the latest one in your line of gamer tags was squanchy csgofast.com, and then it
Yo,
was
oh, no, no, no. I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this. Y'all don't even know. Oh, no, no. This is
dude.
the best unintentional segue ever. No, no, no. Keep going, keep going. It's all gambling sites, right? It's all gambling
All
sites.
gambling sites, and then
Yes, 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 yes.
csgoroll.com after that,
Yep,
and then you
yep,
decided to switch sides again and go back to csgo fast.
yep. Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
and I could tell you went through that little shitty phase that everybody goes through on CS:GO, where they go bot Graham or something like that, and then and then you and then here's the thing I find really funny. It's like I could totally see that you made 3 errors with your gamer tag. So the um you made 3 errors with your gamer tag right here. So the first
I
with a little
spelled
bit
it wrong, right?
you,
I spelled like csgofast.com incorrectly,
yeah,
or I put a space somewhere.
there's
Yeah.
that's not even it. Okay, so back in the day, right? So about a year coming up to 2 years ago, um our little group with the podcast as well, which we'll delve into a little bit of the origin of the name for the podcast in a later episode, but for the moment, we identified ourselves with cereals. So like any cereal brand you can think of, that was us. I was Frosted Flakes. This guy was Pops. Connor was Raisin Bran, and so on and so forth. That you get the
That's
gist of
why
it.
we kept calling everyone like Raisin
Yeah,
Bran.
like Raisin
Like
Bran and
that,
everything.
that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah,
That was the gamer tag.
yeah, so that's the context. We were the cereals, like we were officer cereals, like that. It was just a little trend that it was a fad that we had going for the better half of a year. So it's
Yeah.
just whatever. So once we recruited, yes, we and I did use the word I did use the word recruit. I did use the word recruit. Spit on me in the streets if you ever see me. So when we recruited Andrew over here, right? He was like, okay, I'm gonna be Pops. So the way we formatted it was we'd capitalize the word officer, no spaces, and then give the name of our cereal and capitalize the first letter of that. I think that's pretty standard. It's just one big thing. This dude put officer space Pops and left it like that for like 2 weeks, and we called him out on it. We called him out on it, right? Because we noticed that like our gamer tags were not synergizing like that. We didn't look as threatening as we wanted to. So then, instead of correcting his error as he should have and just left it Officer Pops, he switched over to Officer Pops space Skin Hub. Not even the .com. He didn't even put the .com. He didn't even put the .com, and then I think you kept it like that for like a day before you realized, oh wait, that could possibly be like a .net or a .org or a .gov, God forbid. And then you switched it to Officer Pops space skinhub.com, and then you just ditched, and then I guess Skinhub just stopped sponsoring you and you just went Officer Pops.
Okay, okay. Let me talk about the gambling, okay?
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so back when I first started CS:GO, right? I loved the whole case thing, right? I loved the idea of gambling to get good skins,
Of course you
right?
fucking did.
I play the stock market. What do you think I like,
No, of
dude?
course you're gonna gamble for skins that are worth like hundreds of dollars and then sell them to an unsuspecting 13-year-old. That's what everybody did.
Yeah. Anyway, so I would go to these sites, right? Because I had money, right? Like I worked really hard for like really ever since I was born, right? Just a hustler out here. And I was able to fund my own like, account for skins, right? So I was just like, I don't really care about like buying skins. I like the whole idea of gambling, right? And so I went negative, right? Because I have no skins anymore, right? But for a period of time, once I unboxed my what was it? Falchion Slaughter,
Oh my god.
um, minimal wear, which pissed me off. It looked factory new, but talk about that another day,
I
I
mean
guess.
that's worth like just a
It was
quarter
like
less.
I think at one point it was like 112, right? And I had a good pattern on it, so I snuck like $20 on top of that. So it was like 130. And then I bought other skins, and then I deposited it into a site called CS:GO Egg, I think, right? And I would play coin flips on there all day. We're
Oh my
talking like
god.
8 hours of coin flips,
Oh
right?
my god.
And for being a kid, right? Just chilling, talking to my friends on Discord, jamming out to music, right? And gambling, man, that dude,
the fun
dude, we're
fact the funny
we're
thing is this is
talking about
all
the
illegal.
highlight.
This is all
Yeah,
like
no, this is
illegal.
so
It's
illegal. This
so
is so
illegal. Like this was like I'm pretty sure Skin Hub and CS:GO Roll are like I think they're shut. Are they shut down or no?
no, because I think they're run out of the country.
Well,
And like
oh yeah, that I
you're
forgot. They're
like
like in
Russian
German. Yeah,
servers,
they're like
dude.
Russian or German servers. I forgot CS:GO Lotto was only shut down because like the two people running it were actually. Well, no, actually, I think Syndicate's
Straight up,
Australian, but
I don't know,
T
dude.
Martin was T Martin's American. He's American as fuck.
Merkin,
Dude, they fucking
Merkin,
cracked. Do you remember that whole like? Do you remember that whole
dude. What a
debacle?
scandal! That was
That
insane.
was terrible, dude. Literally everybody who played CS:GO was on CS:GO Lotto because they were all like winning, quote
I
unquote.
never, I never went on
Dude,
CS:GO Lotto.
dude. I'm pretty sure Damien went on CS:GO Lotto. I'm pretty sure, dude. A lot of people went on CS:GO Lotto, and everybody who played CS:GO at the moment was so embarrassed, bro. The moment the YouTube videos start popping up, everybody who's ever like bought an Asimov
Straight
just
bamboozled,
red faced, fucking.
dude. See, I want to say like I predicted that, right? I didn't truly predict it, but I had a good understanding that most of this
Oh
was
yeah,
a
no.
scam,
CS:GO
right?
Lotto was a total scam.
But me, I just enjoyed the process of gambling. I was legitimately addicted to gambling. I still am to a degree, dude. Like I don't. Here's the weird thing about me is I don't lose enough money to be sad about it.
You haven't
I've
learned your
never,
lesson.
dude, truly, I haven't lost enough money in my life to truly be sad, right? Because I always work, so I always supplement my income, and then I always get lucky with other things, and then my net positive is always higher, right? So I'm like 50% lucky, 50% skill. So I haven't ever like hit a wall where I'm just like, wow, if I didn't like spend that money or whatever or take that risk, I would have had like a significant amount more of money, right? It's never been that way. It's always been like, oh, without that risk, maybe I couldn't have prospered on this other risk, right? I'll never know. So anyway, my friend had a $600 knife, right? He unboxed
Oh
his
god.
grandma. His grandma gave him $400 in
No.
Steam,
No.
Steam money
No.
for fun. I mean, his grandma's like filthy rich, right? And it's so funny because she like rides a motorcycle.
What the
Legit
fuck?
crazy dog, craziest grandma I've ever seen. I need to like, she's nuts, right?
Inspirational.
And she's like disgustingly rich because she used to work at Boeing like her whole life, and she was like a really big executive. Anyway, essentially, she gives him $400. He opens $100 worth of cases. He gets one knife, and then his grandma's just like, oh man, where'd that $100 go? Here, I'll give you another 200. And
No.
I'm just here like shook. I am on the call with him when Skype was a thing back in the day.
Oh my god, Skype. Oh my god, Skype.
And he was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a really nice knife. He bought a factory new fade or StatTrak fade butterfly knife. Super cool knife. So cool, right?
Yeah.
Played around with that for a little bit. And then we would go gamble with our knives, right? Because I had my knife, he had his, and we would deposit our knife, and then at the end of the day, we would take out our knife, which was our principal, and then we would leave in the other money, right?
Yeah.
So he put his in, and from the get, he's just like, I'm gonna go all in on jackpot. $600 in on jackpot, right?
Yeah.
And then another person put in another, like a total of 400, right? So he had a 60% chance, and he won it, right?
All right.
So now he's $1,000. Okay, right now he's like, I think he was gonna turn 15, but he was 14 at this moment in time, right?
Dude, imagine being like 14 or 15 and having more money than most 18-year-olds like current day just because you played a video game.
Yo, I know. That's what we're thinking about. Like, we're freaking out, right? We're freaking out. And for some reason, I'm really surprised how we didn't figure this out. That you could sell your skins for real money, right? But we didn't have
Oh my
credit
god.
cards.
Oh my god, I'm hurting inside.
We didn't have.
You
We
seriously
didn't
bought
have.
Oh
Hold
my
on, hold on.
god.
We didn't have credit cards or PayPal's. We didn't have any of that, right?
Uh-huh.
I had a PayPal. He did not, right? So we're sitting here like, dude, we got $1,000. I mean, you have $1,000. What are we gonna do next?
When you
Like,
that's
it
how
was
you
like-
lose your
it
investment
was like
so
winning the
fast.
lottery, dude. It was winning the lottery, and we're just there. And by the way, this is on, I think it was CS:GO Fast or CS:GO Egg. No, it was CS:GO Egg. And we're just sitting there, dude, starstruck. We're just like,
We did it. We fucking did it.
so he kept his knife, sold the other $400 or so in skins after taxes or whatever from the site, and he bought cases, right?
Oh,
And this is where he unboxed. This is where he unboxed his knife, right? He got factory new shadow daggers, aka butt plugs. Fades.
Oh
dude.
no, wait, there were fades?
Yeah, dude.
No.
He's so lucky.
That is
He's
actually
lucky.
that is actually worth so much. I think that's still worth a lot actually. Dude, I don't know. I haven't kept up on, CS:GO stonks in like the better
Dude,
half of a
straight
good year, but dude, fades are still like people still look for fades.
Yeah, fades are nice, right? And he kept those for a little bit, and he would switch between his knives, right? And everyone, I remember playing with him because he wasn't that good. He was like really not that
It
good.
was pretty fucking garbage with good skins.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Dude, how do you have such good skins?" And he's like, "I gamble," and everyone's just like, "What in the world is going on? What
Oh my god.
what shenanigans got you to this point, child?" Like,
This is all brings back all these memories of CS:GO being like the modern day Bitcoin at the time. Like you remember, like literally, like you know how like the moment Bitcoin started going back up in like price and shit like that, like not price and value, and like everybody's just investing into graphics cards and processors to just mine the Bitcoin market. That's literally that's the exact same thing, but a year before when everybody was like CS:GO knives and Asimovs is what I'm buying and what I'm selling. People would actually mine for that. I don't even know how you do that. I don't even know how. Dude, that was a
Yeah.
disgusting era.
Dude, remember when the currency was just, I think it was like well-worn Asimovs, op Asimovs, and it was like StatTrak red lines, like
Oh my
field-tested
God.
StatTrak red lines. That was the
Yes.
currency, dude.
That was literally
In
like
keys.
Dude,
That was all you needed. If you had those things, you could buy anything you wanted.
oh my god. You know what I find really funny
You were
too?
a god among men. It was insane.
You know what I find really funny, dude, is imagine bringing this to an actual economist and like I just said that word really wrong.
Economist.
Economist. I'm English was not my first language. No, it really was. I have no excuse. But imagine just bringing up this concept to an economist, right? Let's bring it up to Adam Smith, the man who proposed laissez-faire, right? Let's just bring it to him, and then like we're just like, hey, So these virtual knives that actually realistically should not have any value, we're gonna charge people 600 plus for this
Guys,
one, for this rainbow skinned knife.
look at this picture.
Look, look at this PNG of something I can use in a video game. Look, this
It's
is
a
worth.
3D PNG. It's a 3D model.
Look at this 1080 rendered 3D image on a computer. Now, how much money do you think it took to actually create this image? Probably not a lot of money, but I'm gonna still sell it.
Because they were community generated.
Oh my god, yes! These were community generated too, bro. People were just driving up the prices because they could.
It was really a bro moment
Oh
for
my God.
society.
Dude, no, fuck society for mankind, dude. Like, dude, our ancestors were just rolling in their graves about like you're literally selling PNGs. What are you doing? What are you doing,
I
bro?
killed a deer so our family could eat.
Like, okay, not even bringing this up to an actual economist. Like,
Stop.
I'm gonna keep saying it wrong.
economists.
I'm gonna say it wrong every time just to
Okay,
fuck
fair,
with
fair,
you.
respect.
Okay, so like just imagine bringing this up to any imagine to like the people listening right now who don't know a single thing about Counter-Strike, right? Or like at least Counter-Strike Global Offensive, developed by Valve, and all that stuff, just but imagine bringing this up to just the casual person on the street, and then you're just like, you want to buy my fucking Karambit Fade? They're just like, what? You can what? And you're just like, yeah, bro, I'm making money off my knives. They're like, what? What do you mean
Yo,
you're making money off your knives? What do you do? Do you like kill people? I mean, virtually. What? What? Like, dude, this is really like disappointing to think about now. And now like the CS:GO market is just dead. It is so dead because uh eventually down the line, dude. You remember when Valve started cracking down on all the gambling sites, and then like
that
they
was
just
so funny.
they
And then they came back because
they, they kept coming back because Valve literally just kept putting up. Dude, I think Valve put out like a total of like 1,000 plus cease and desist letters, and they just
Yeah.
kept coming back. So
They got
eventually,
like 6.
and then Valve was just like, all right, whatever. We're just gonna kill the market by just killing skins in general. So now every time you trade, it's a 7 day wait time. So now no one wants to even trade, and not only that, a lot of the old skins just don't amount to anything. Like Asimov is like a total of like $20 now, I believe, somewhere like in the world. It's just it's sad.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna ruin the market real quick.
Hey, watch me just actually collapse an entire sustainable market with the snap of a finger. One patch, literally just in the snap of a finger, they're just like, yeah, this whole economy gone.
Ruined.
Dude, I don't even. You know what's funny is I realized with you, I've run with you and Damien actually. I've run into so many like encounters with different markets and economies that it shouldn't be funny. Cause you remember when we started playing RuneScape,
Oh, what a
dude?
time.
That was
I wish it
trash.
didn't take so long. I really like that game. I just not willing to sink the hours in because
Oh
I'd
no,
rather
hell no, dude.
I'd
Cause
rather go make real money.
so the quick gist of it, because we're actually running out of time. We're here at 48 minutes now. The quick gist of the RuneScape incident was Damien had a quote unquote get rich quick scheme where what he would do is he would go to RuneScape and he would grind for days on end. I wish I was playing around. He'd actually click for days on end on either Icy Mountain, or he'd go to the high level grinds, cash in all his in-game RuneScape gold, which I think even has actual real life monetization now.
Like 60 cents on the
Yeah,
mill
it's
or
like
something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
something very preposterous, but it's still a thing, and I don't know
It's
how I
like
feel about it.
trading the US dollar to the peso, except you're getting
Exactly.
taxed on that transaction
Exactly.
also.
So like the in-game currency, which realistically shouldn't even have any monetary value, has monetary value now, and I think it's actually
Worth
worth.
more than the Venezuelan
Dude,
dollar or whatever.
dude, it's worth most. It's worth more than some currencies in the world. That's sad, but that's not the gist. Let's get to what actually is worth more than I think the U.S. dollar now, and is so Damon's quick get rich quick scheme, that's a tongue twister, was to grind out as much gold in our beginning game, and then trade it in for bonds, and then use the bonds to get to higher level and more profitable grinds, and then buy more bonds, and then sell the bonds for real money. That's a thing you can do. And wow, like Damien actually got somewhere with it. Got got me a bond, got Andrew
Mia
here a
Bond.
bond, and then got Skylar a bond. Skylar's our other friend. Oh, by the way, before we continue, real fast, all the names that we've mentioned, like the third, I'm gonna say third party names, because I'm saying it like that, like Connor, Skylar, Braden. These are all people who also appear on the podcast as well, because these people are
They were
actually,
supposed to be in the
yeah,
original one,
they were
dude.
actually supposed to be the original co-hosts as well. Like this is a whole group. I think we'll get into the actual organization and like development of the podcast later on, but the gist of it is they were supposed to be here. They're here in spirit, but they'll also be here as guests, so we'll have them here frequently. But the gist of it is, Damien literally actually put in so much work that he was able to do it, but there was one big like barrier in the way, and that is that none of us really wanted to play RuneScape like that. So, so he bought it. He
I got
wasted.
pretty far. I got pretty far.
Yeah, you got pretty
like
far.
I got like 4 bonds, right?
Yeah,
I had 4 or so, but I sunk in so much time.
yeah, you
It
got
was not even equivalent.
you actually grinded that out. I did not. I stayed pretty early game because I didn't really
Dude, I
care.
have like level 96 mining on my account. It's
That's
so gross.
leave me alone.
It's
Stop.
so
Go
disgusting.
home. Go home. But
So disgusting.
but that's not the point. The point is that Damien actually uh really put in the work and actually set us up for success. There were two things that got in the way of that. One, none of us
Denied.
yeah, first none of us really wanted to get in like that except for Skylar, and even then Skylar was getting busy because he's in the military and he has school. Secondly, he got banned. you,
Wait, how did when did this happen?
you don't remember when Damien got banned?
No, why did he get? Oh
Bro,
no, I remember.
yeah,
I remember.
yeah, he
Someone
got-
hacked his account. Yeah,
He
yeah,
got
yeah.
hacked, and then like they did some sus stuff on his account, and then and then Jagex was just like, dude, come on, not funny. So
Yeah, nah.
so they banned Damien instead of the hacker, and he got his account back. But the hacker, while he had it, like while he had a hold of his account,
Yoink this stuff. Of course.
expended all the bonds, traded all the gold, and then took all his Top Gear loot. So he literally just quit RuneScape because he got banned because a hacker hacked him. That was the worst. I cried for him, dude. I felt so bad. That was funny though. All right,
Yeah, he got kind of yoinked
so all right,
a little
so
bit.
so we're running out of time right now. This actually extended a lot longer than I thought it would because the initial time frame was 40 minutes or so. We're here at 52 minutes, but that's not the point.
We didn't think we were gonna get this far.
Yeah, we
Like,
actually
thought
didn't
were
think we
gonna
talked.
forget stuff.
Like these emergency topics literally went to waste, but I think they're still good to have here. But that's not the point. So now we're out of time, unfortunately. But our upload schedule is we'll be uploading every Monday morning at 6 a.m. And we don't
What a
record.
hodgepodge.
So yeah,
Nation.
so that's kind of why we're called the most important podcast of the day, because you know it's the most important meal of the day, breakfast. So you know it's kind of like that, except we're not gonna sustain you like that, bro. We're actually pretty bad for your health, but that's
Like, I'm
not.
gonna be real, dog. I don't know if the information we're spitting is actually that important.
No, this matters to nerds like us, but like the average, like think about it like this, bro. The people who I'm plugging this to that I know in real life, like my close friends and family members, are gonna listen in on this.
Yo, if
approach-
you made it this far,
Like,
legit,
they're gonna
send me
approach.
an email, dog. I don't even know. I will thank you personally.
Like I literally have to like I have to approach the people I know in real life about this and hear how they don't know what the fuck RuneScape or Counter Strike is. So they're just gonna actually disown me because we just talked about how we were basically helping hands in two economies that are ripe for scam. Like that's really what we're doing. But that's not that. Moving on. We have run out of time. Every Monday 6 a.m. Except the Monday after September 11th. I can't remember what day that is because Andrew will be unavailable at that time. But other than that, we'll be available for every other Monday. And honestly, this was a pretty good first episode. We didn't fumble really. We didn't really fumble like that. Of course, I have to go back and bleep some stuff out because you know I kind of said some things that I shouldn't have. But that's not. We're not gonna take. That's not the takeaway. The takeaway is this actually worked out way better than the first one that no one here will ever hear. So
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
So yeah. So
We got to get an email and we got to get social media. Yeah,
Yeah,
are
we
so
have social
very
media.
unprepared.
We have social media actually. We still have that Instagram account.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one.
that
Okay.
one. So obviously
All right.
we have to start following people now. We have to start shamelessly plugging ourselves. Like this is going to be messy, but we got the first episode out the way, which has been a long time coming, and it's finally here.
Finally executed.
So to everybody who said I would never do it, in your face, um,
But
I
we still love you.
we still love you. Please watch. Please, I'm not watched. I mean, if this is on YouTube, technically you're watching, but we're not. I'm wasting
Stop
time.
talking and
I'm
end the
wasting time.
podcast.
I'm
We're
wasting
wasting people's
time.
time.
We're
All
wasting
right, everyone.
time.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your morning. Thank you for listening in, and we hope you enjoyed yourselves. Okay. So see you next Monday. Goodbye.
Bye.